Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have been here before. If you have been here before, you'll notice that today the tutorial is a little different than our standard makeup tutorials, but I still think that it's a beauty tutorial, and it's just kind of like a beauty from the inside out type of thing, right? So today I'm going to show you guys a walkthrough step-by-step of this fried cauliflower, kind of like fried chicken, but cauliflower with no chicken or animal products at all, but completely plant-based, completely vegan, and really, really, really delicious, you guys. I wanted to share this now because right now we're in the holiday season, and this might be, an option for some of you guys out there that celebrate different holidays, but you want to have your plant-based options or vegan options and just kind of want to try it out. This is what I tried for Thanksgiving, and so I'm going to share it with you guys in time for the holidays. So to start off, I am going to remove as much of the cauliflower from the stalk, and I'm going to turn that stalk upside down and cut from underneath so that I can make sure that I'm preserving as much of the cauliflower as possible. And this makes it easy to cut them into little like florets or chicken drumsticks. This kind of gives the shape of a chicken drumstick when we start to fry them and stuff. Next, I had two bowls, one full of dry ingredients and the other one full of wet ingredients. And I'm going to keep these two separate. In the bowl full of dry ingredients, I combined 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch or arrowroot, a half a teaspoon of salt, I use Laurie's seasoned salt, a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of black pepper. I was supposed to use white pepper, but I didn't have any, so I just substituted for black pepper. Half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of sweet or smoked paprika. I didn't have that, so I just used regular paprika. A quarter teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, and a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. For the wet ingredients, I combined a quarter cup of almond milk, a third cup of hot sauce, and 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And then I whisk them separately, being careful not to combine any of the wet and dry ingredients. Now it's time to put the whole thing together. So this was honestly the most time-consuming part. I soaked one of the pieces of cauliflower in the wet ingredients, then used another hand to cover it, the dry ingredients on top of that. Then I did a double coating. So I put it back in the wet ingredients with one hand and made sure that it was completely soaked, and then put it back in the dry ingredients and covered it again. So it kind of got a double dipping of the wet and dry ingredients, or the dredge. And the reason for this is because they become much more crispier, like kind of like fried chicken, like when you kind of double batter it, I think that's what it's called, double batter, then you get a crispier after effect. And they were crispy. They were really, really good. So the reason I was looking for this recipe over the holidays for Thanksgiving was because so many times when I go to Thanksgiving with family and stuff, I find that, that's kind of like the time of year to really indulge, and you get this really, really good food. And so often, it's always just like non-plant-based foods. And I was just like, yo, like, do we have, a place in this story? And can I not have, like celery for dinner? And I want to indulge too during this time of year, in some soul food and things like that. So I thought this was the perfect addition to kind of indulge. This is not healthy food. Like, I want to be clear. This is plant-based, but it's still like fried and battered. I mean, I guess it's better for you than the other alternative, but it's still, I wouldn't necessarily label it as healthy. But I think that it is a way to be plant-based and indulgent at the same time, you know? And by better for you, you guys, I don't mean like that fried chicken is worse for you. Because, I mean, as a plant-based person and as a vegan, I don't believe it's my place to tell you what works for your body specifically. But I can tell you from personal experience, for my body just does not react to animal products, like digesting them well at all. So for me, if I were to like indulge in animal product, like it's just going to be really, really bad coming back from that. So for me, like it's this way is the best way for me to indulge and have that same kind of like nostalgic and like soul food experience without like having the really, really bad after effects. And then after that, I just placed them on a plate and wait until they were completely finished. And while I was doing that process, you guys, I was waiting for my oil in the pot to heat up. So I think I put this on medium high and just waited for the oil to heat up. And if you're not sure if the oil is hot enough, I just threw a little bit of flour in there, and if it kind of popped back, then it was ready. And then I took this little spatula with holes at the bottom of it and place pieces of the cauliflower in there slowly so that the oil didn't, it didn't explode on me. Y'all, it had been a minute since frying anything. Like, I think I fried chicken years ago, and how I remember frying chicken was putting it in the bag, and you shake the bag and it's all full of the seasoning, and then you take it out and then you put it in the fry. It was completely different, but this tasted just like it and kind of took away that craving for fried chicken. Because it was crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. And I was really, really surprised because I really thought, these take probably about maybe 5 minutes to fry and cook. And I was like, there's no way that it, cooked through to the bottom and cooked through to the, to the cauliflower part. But it did. The cauliflower part was very, very moist while this outside was very, very crispy, and it was delicious. After I removed them from the oil, I placed them on a plate that was coated with paper towel so that the excess oil from the frying process could drip off so that they're not, very greasy or anything like that. And I let that sit for a minute or two, and they were ready to serve. And this is the final result. So right now on the plate, you're seeing the fried cauliflower in the middle, and then with some cranberry sauce, some sliced fresh avocado, some kale, some butternut squash macaroni and cheese, and some sweet potato butternut squash cauliflower candied situation. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That is how I fried some cauliflower for the first time, and I wanted to share this with you guys. So this is not my personal recipe. I'm going to link the video and the blog post for you guys to look at if you want to try this recipe. So this is not mine, and I want to give credit where credit's due. And this goes to Sweet Potato Soul. Her video and her blog together were super helpful and very easy in creating this recipe. Until next time, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.